Good evening.
Councilwoman Brownson. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Councilmember Brownson. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this special meeting for the Town of Forest Heights. Today's date is Friday, June the 16th, 2023. The time is now 6:30 p.m. This meeting will come to order. First, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the
to
flag
the flag
of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for council.
Yes, sir. Councilmember McDonald. Councilmember Browson.
Brownson here.
Councilmember Kennedy.
Here.
Councilmember Hines.
Present.
Councilmember Noble. Mayor Lilly. We have a
Present.
quorum. We have a quorum.
Madam Clerk, just for my confirmation, how many members do we have present?
You have 3 plus yourself, sir.
So we have 4 members present.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Actually, this is Councilwoman McDonald, excuse me.
Council President Lilly, I'm helping Councilmember Noble get online as well.
Thank you, sir. Bear with us just a moment. Once we have those other council members join, then I will move to the next item on the agenda. I just want to make sure we have them present in case there's any desires to make changes on the agenda. Okay, well, in the interest of time, Madam Clerk, do we have another member joining right now? If not, I'm gonna move on.
Yes,
next
sir.
item.
We have Councilmember McDonald has joined.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Next, we will have consideration for agenda additions, deletions, or amendments. For council members that are live on the special meeting at this moment, does anyone have any additions to the agenda, deletions, or changes at this time? Okay, hearing none. We will move next to the approval of the agenda. I move that we approve the agenda for this special meeting tonight. Is there a second?
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve the agenda for the special meeting tonight. All in favor, please signify by unmuting and saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it. Motion passed. Okay. Next, we will have citizen participation. Members of the public will have 2 moments to speak, and we will time to make sure that minutes remain at 2 minutes. I also would like to add that comments can address the council. However, they should not address anyone or member personally, and they should remain related to general business. So they should not be personal attacks, although critiques are welcome. At this time, Madam Clerk, are there any members of the public who would like to speak?
Yes, we have a Miss Andrea McCutcheon.
Okay. Ms. McCutcheon, if you could state your name and your home address, you'll have 2 minutes to provide your comments.
Sure. My name is Andrea McCutcheon and I'm at on Seneca Drive. A couple of things I wanted to address from the last meeting that you guys had that I want you to be mindful of the Open Meetings Act and closed meetings, where it seems like there's been in your history has been some secret legislation passed or discussed in the closed meeting. And you've had members of the employees in the closed meeting where the public is actually the body itself, and that's yourself, the council people, and the mayor. So I question that and the minutes afterwards that I've seen. The other thing is, I don't know, you guys have been you passed this budget in like 120 minutes from reviewing it to budget approval when you didn't even have clarification on some things. Your revenues coming in is about 1.2, and you have $2 million designated for the police department. The other thing I wanted to, with your hiring and firing, now that you've made the town administrator taken over the mayor and council's duties as far as that is concerned, you have unchecked authority. Specifically when your police chief and your police department was not in compliance with the Maryland Police Accountability Act that was effective 7/1/2022, to which I was involved. And then you passed sight unseen, not all of you, sight unseen, the police general orders, which included their now carrying AR or assault weapons, which they weren't carrying prior to your passing or what they weren't allowed or authorized to carry in prior to your passing of this meeting. So you're not in contact with what's even going on in your community. And that's a problem because you waive the readings and someone hasn't read these rules. So
Thank you, Ms. McCutcheon, for your comments. The 2 minutes has expired. I just wanted to add, and this is addressing the public in general, in tonight's session, there will be no legislation passed. Legislation will be passed if it is considered an open session. So thank you for your comments, Ms. McCutcheon. All right, next we will have council announcements. Are there any announcements from the council members in Ward 1?
No announcements, Dr. Mayor. Really.
Thank you. For Ward 2, do we have any announcements from council members?
Nothing from me.
Nothing here either.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm sorry, thank you, council members. Next from Ward 3.
Yes, good evening. This is Councilwoman Hines. I just want to say thank you for everyone that came out to the meet and greet that was this past Saturday on June 10th. Myself and Councilwoman Noble, we enjoyed you. It was very informative. So thank you very much. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is Councilmember Noble online?
Yes, sorry about that. I just want to add on to what Councilmember Hines just said, that Ward 3 meet and greet, some of our neighbors had some concerns, and those concerns were passed on to the appropriate departments for resolution. So we will be following up with them as well. So thank you.
Thank you, council members. I will also add myself, I was able to join Councilmember Noble and Councilmember Hines at the Ward 3 meet and greet. Got to hear, outside of a meeting format, which was very nice, residents' concerns, but also I heard some praise for things that we have done well and will continue to do. So always great to have time to talk to the folks who are affected and who are impacted by the work that we do in our council. And it's great to keep them in mind as we make decisions and try to reflect their needs. Great. Next, we will have upcoming events. We have a number of them this month. The next item that's happening, I want to put the most attention on, is going to be tomorrow, Saturday, June the 17th, 2023, from 2 to 6 p.m. The Forest Heights Police Department will host a water bash at Bell Acres Park. This is primarily a youth-focused and family event, so we invite families in the community to come to Bell Acres Park from 2 to 6 p.m. to enjoy themselves and their children in the water bash presented by the police department. On Monday, June 19th, 2023, beginning at 2 p.m. and ending at 6 p.m., we will have a Town of Forest Heights Juneteenth celebration. The theme will be this family reunion, and this will be held at the Gathering Place, which is located next to Henry Soul Food Cafe at Seneca and Sachem. And we'll have live music. There will be food, games, and this is an event that is open to all ages. So we invite everyone to come out Monday, June the 19th from 2 to 6 p.m. On Tuesday, the very next day, we will be holding the special election to elect a new mayor for the town of Forest Heights. The polls will be open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and residents who wish to cast a ballot are asked to do so in person at the Municipal Center, 5508 Arapahoe Drive. Because the rules have been different for voting at some periods in the past, I just want to emphasize you need to vote and cast your ballot in person. Mail-in ballots are not part of this election. And There will also be a meeting, regularly scheduled town meeting on June the 21st, which is the Wednesday following the election, the very next day. And lastly, on Saturday, June the 24th, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we'll have the Forest Heights Health Symposium. That'll also be at the Municipal Center. And there'll be free health screenings, home health information, and more. And this is presented in partnership with Dementia Friendly South County. And that concludes our upcoming events. Did any council members have any other events coming up that I didn't mention or that I'm not aware of? Okay, hearing none, we will move on. I move that we go into closed session. And let me read the closing statement for this. Just one moment. I move that we go into closed session to, 1, discuss, and this is under General Provisions Article 3-305 in the State Maryland Code. I move that we go into closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, and other personnel matter that affects one or more specific individuals. And item 7, to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Is there a second?
I second.
It has been moved and seconded that we go into closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, and other personnel matters that affect one or more specific individuals, and to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, sir. Councilmember McDonald,
Present.
Councilmember Brownson.
Madam Clerk, excuse me, one moment.
Councilmember McDonald, I had already entered you into the meeting. Now it is as if you're going into closed session. You accept going into closed session.
One moment, Madam Clerk. I just
Yes,
want to
sir.
read the, I just want to read one additional item here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you would bear with me for a moment.
Yes, sir.
So I move that we're going into closed session from section 3-305B of the Maryland Annotated Code. The topic is to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of employees or other officials over whom this public body has jurisdiction, and other personnel matter that affect one or more specific individuals. The reason for the closed session discussion is to consult with counsel on personnel problem that concerns one or more specific individuals. And then for subsection 3-305B, item 7, to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. This is to consult with counsel in order to get legal advice regarding various personnel activities regarding an employee. Madam Clerk, please now call the roll. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Councilmember McDonald,
Yes.
Councilmember Brownson,
Yes.
Councilmember Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilmember Hines,
Yes.
Councilmember Noble,
Yes.
Mayor Lilly.
Yes.
You have 6 to say yes. Motion passed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, council will go into closed session. The public is welcome to wait until the council returns and the session is open once again. So if you would like to, you may remain. And the time for closed session is 3:49 p.m. and the place is a virtual Zoom webinar.